Well, I am Peggy Murriner with Pair Up Systems. Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a mother of 3, and I started a nanny agency back in 2016, trying to create an infrastructure that allowed parents to get vetted childcare when they needed it in the most efficient and simple way. Anything from full-time care to date nights, and then everything in between. We typically have families use us less than full-time. Since we don't do the contract to hire type of scenario, we keep it all W-2'd. So we were using Pair Up as more of a organizational tool. It kept all of our nannies organized. It kept all of our families organized, sort of like a CRM. And we were running payroll through a third party. And most recently, we switched it to parents or families paying within Pair Up. So we no longer need to pull reports and charge and invoice families daily. We've sort of taken that third party out of the scenario, and families now pay for their childcare within Pair Up, opposed to us charging manually afterward. Absolutely scared to do the switch, but felt that, about a month of transition and transitioning all of our clients who had been with us for a while, that was a painful period for that month. But now there's so much less room for human error, so much less need for us to micromanage families, sort of putting the control into the parents' hands. And as a business owner, a lot less time is spent micromanaging families and their care, because now, like I said, it's more in their hands, and the system sort of runs it.
Have you seen any financial impact?
Yes, absolutely. Financial impact, lessening the duty that my accountant had been doing with the payroll, the charging invoices. We have anywhere from 20 to 30 jobs take place a day, and now we don't need to be manually invoicing them. So the cost is cut there, but also so we see a lot of increased profit on the booking end too. So what used to happen is families would come to us and say, we want care 3 days a week, full days, and we would work to try to accommodate, but there was no prepaying happening. So what we were doing was doing a lot of work with no deposit on the family's part. So now we have the nanny job section set up on Pair Up, where families are required to pay a fee before we even begin looking to set them up, which has, it's paid us for the duties that we do, but it doesn't cause us to do a lot of footwork when the families are possibly looking at other agencies to fill their need. We're getting paid for we're getting paid more for every job we're doing, and it means that everything that we're doing it is being compensated by the families, which is great. So a big concern of mine is that we would have families prepay for their care, and then it would instill a sense of like duty on our part if we weren't able to fill them. But now we just simply reimburse them and tell them right up front that if we're unable to fill it, we will reimburse you in full. It's actually been a good thing because it keeps families from sort of flagrantly booking. Because what used to happen is we'd have a request come through, we would work to book it, and then we'd match it just for families to say, oh, you know, I already found the care on my part, which is then the family's canceling, not ours. So sort of clients, it's really helped us to, like I said, work smarter, not harder, know our worth, and have parents really pay the money up front for a service so that we aren't wasting endless hours a week trying to get things booked when families, like I said, aren't sort of putting their money where their mouth is. So, used to, a family would pop up in the queue of needing a nanny. And I remember 3 months ago when I would spend an hour trying to fill their need just for them to cancel, and, no money was made on our part. Yeah, it's actually has been very positive. And it keeps our nannies happier too, because they are, they're not getting canceled on as often.
Therapy is so good for agencies that hit a growth point and they're like, I can't grow anymore. I need more time. And they implement Pair Up, and it really just gives them a ton of time freedom. And the other demographic that we are fantastic with are agencies starting out that are just establishing processes. So for people that are experiencing like this next level growth, or a place where they actually cannot grow anymore. And also those agencies which are thinking about getting off of like the spreadsheets and Google Doc world, what would you offer them about investing in technology?
So that was us. We had all of our nanny bios in a Google Doc, and we would, every time a match was made, we would have to, send that in a template about who their match was. And now it's sort of a one-click process. It's huge. It's like a jumping off point to whether, for me, it was a jumping off point as to whether I just wanted to, have sort of a 9 to 5 and something that I really needed to put my attention into, or invest in the idea of making some significant profit. We have over 1,000 clients. We have almost 50 nannies. There's just no way that we could do that with a low overhead. Nannies are able to look at all the jobs. They all live in one place. It keeps everything really organized. And like I said, it's just I work less, and everybody is given the information that they need very promptly, and it's just, it's like night and day opposed to how I used to manage. Once using Pair Up in a really efficient way now, especially with the payment system integrated, and even before with just it holding all of our nannies and our families and our matching and all of that, I'm really now seeing the benefits of being a business owner. It offers us more time to now hire great nannies, because we're not doing all the operational pieces on a
Yeah. And spend time with your sweet little kiddos. Nicole and I both have twins.
Yeah.
And you are still in the working years. My twins are 9 now, and they made dinner for our family a couple weeks ago. So that's in your future. It's coming.
Mine are far from that, but
yeah, they're still vandals and thieves. That's sort of the nature of the 5 and under twins.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Nicole. Appreciate your time. And it's been so awesome working with you and watch you grow and become more successful, more efficient, more profitable. I've been so happy for you.